so she can have signing authority to get these kids. So imagine now she comes to me saying, I want you to sign this so the kids can be on the show. I was like, why are you in my email? First of all, she was looking through my email trying to find, like, I don't know how she got into my email. She's trying to see my dialogues with my lawyer. But like when I saw this conversation she had with her lawyer, I just could not believe how low she would go to be on this show. Again, I get it. It's your dream to take it to the next level. But you know my personality. Like, you can't buy me out. Like, there's nothing. I'm just not for that. So I was hurt to see that she would take it that far with the kids. And when she brought the paper, I pretty much said, get this paper out of here. You're moving shiesty. You're trying to get these kids, full primary custody. And then that's when everything was like, she couldn't believe I saw that, Then family members are coming to the house trying to talk me into it. And I'm just like, I'm not playing fake, man. Keep in mind now, time is going by. Now she's trying to she's trying to pretty much catch me slipping now. All right. Y'all better hold on to your seats right now because this is about to get real. So she decides to put a big ass $2,000 tracker in my car right here. $2,000. She hires a private investigator, texting her, telling her all my moves all day long. She's getting mad when the private investigator is just saying, yo, he's at the park. I'm just at the park, literally just kind of like soul searching, trying to figure out, what is this all about? How do we move forward? She's getting mad. She even uses the word like he's a waste. She's really begging to catch me slipping. But I'm not on that time right now. I'm just on another time. I'm just really figuring out what to do with this, because this is just bizarre to me, all of this. And this person that she's talking to is now coaching her on how to get a gun. Okay, I have all this on video, everything. So she's there talking to this guy who's coaching her on how to get a gun. And imagine now I see this. First of all, let me make this very clear. Imagine if I did this as a man. Y'all would pin me. Y'all would call me a stalker, a lunatic, crazy. This would have been done a long time ago. If I did any half of that, hire a private investigator. This is what crazy dudes do. Okay? This is what crazy dudes do. Right? But she's doing it to me. Right? So I'm like, I find the GPS tracker. I'm in disbelief. I'm sitting with my people now. I'm like, yo, man, this girl has some guy. I don't know who he is, coaching her on how to get a gun. She got this big ass tracker in my car. What y'all think? I'm counseling her side of her family is counseling with me on what to do. And the consensus amongst the council of everybody on both sides was like, yo, bro, she might be trying to get you sent up. So at this point, I got two options here. Do I send her to the streets? Because you know who I roll with. You know how I move. But can I really send the mother of my children to the streets? I have no choice at this time but get a restraining order. Okay? I had to get a protective order. Right? And, I get it. People are going to be mad that, yo, why'd you get a restraining order on a woman and this and that? I ain't got no choice at this time because based on the counsel of everybody on both sides, they were like, yo, you got to do something. And I'm not taking her to the streets. I just cannot take her to the streets. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't. So I had to get a protective order on her. So she's running with this false narrative that she's running around in the city. Yeah, you did this to yourself. Okay, you did this to yourself. And you're talking about, the little one being with you. Yeah, you had to be with the little one. You're the mother of a very young baby, right? Like, she needs motherly love. And you did this, and I had to protect myself. Okay? This is fact. This is reported. This is known facts. Everything I said today so far, God help her, because this is the full truth. So now she's just lost in the sauce. She's out there. She's no longer in the house, and I pretty much is getting heat from her family to drop the protective order and just move on. And I dropped the protective order because, you don't want that pressure on it coming from everybody. I only did this to let everybody know, like, yo, pump your brakes. Y'all doing the absolute most for a show. But here's the problem I have about this show. Right? Like, you going crazy for this show. And then I saw the contract. I'm thinking, like, yo, her family kept saying something about legacy and there's a bag here. When I saw the contract, bro, you're getting paid a rack an episode. I was like, what are we doing here? I make a rack selling my beard oil almost every day. What the hell? A rack for all this shit? Bruh, I just could not believe it. I'm thinking, like, yo, there's some real benefit right here of some sort to be acting like this. Right now, it's just all vanity right now. This is just straight popularity contest right now that you're trying to get into. I was shocked. Yeah, I was just shocked. I was just in disbelief about this. Anyhow, I'm waiting for divorce to come now, the divorce court to come now. And she really is now pleading to me to essentially change my mind. And I'm just not having it. Based off of all the activities that occur, I'm just not having it. I'm just like, I don't believe it anymore. You did the absolute most. I just can't believe it. And literally at the 23rd hour, just before our hearing, she's still begging. Sorry, I meant to say, I went on a journey. I left the state to just really, again, do I really want to give up on the family despite what has transpired? I went on this crazy journey by myself, just self-reflection. I come back literally like 3 hours before the court hearing. I dropped the case. There was a moment of relief. We're like, we can move on with our lives. So the next day, we go out. We had it just felt right. Like, we went out. It just really felt like a relief, a moment. And the next day came, and she's crying. All of a sudden, I see her crying in the car, and I'm like, literally the next morning, she's crying in the car, and I'm like, what's going on? What happened? And she's saying, why is everybody messing with my mental health? Why'd you drop the divorce? I just looked at her. And at that moment, I literally just threw my hand in the air and I surrendered. I just surrendered and I said, you do whatever you want. I know I have done God's work here. He will never forsake me. I am good. Like, I just threw my hands up and I was like, I'm good. Do whatever you want. Literally 24 hours later, or 72 hours later, she files for divorce. It's like a game at this point. It's like childish games. She files divorce, and I never asked her to change it. That's why if you see in the public record, I drop a divorce, and then she files it for literally 48 hours later. And I just knew at that time, this test right here, my job was done here. I had proved this to the Creator that I did my best, and this was just for shits and giggles. Yeah, and what's fascinating about this video release yesterday is we settled. Divorce is done. But you're still bitter. Like, why are you bitter? Like, it's done. The problem here is it's fake happy, right? You're trying to, and no one has survived you, okay?